Hi guys, welcome to the front porch. So, a little about this. We bought this house in 2020 and there was nothing in the front yard where you can see flowers. And in 2020 it was really hard on us, my husband is a carpenter and I'm a wedding photographer, and obviously with COVID we weren't able to work, and so flowers became a comfort and a joy to me, and started out probably in kind of a selfish way. I had always wanted to have a flower farm anyway, but I guess what's been remarkable to me in the past year of selling flowers is the conversations that I've had and the joy that I see in people when they receive the flowers. It's so different from being a wedding photographer, which feels like such a luxury thing, and I'm done being a luxury item, I guess, and I want to do something that makes a difference and brings people joy and helps the community and helps the environment. And I never really set out to do anything like that, but having this garden and selling flowers has shown me that that's where I'm truly supposed to be. So that's what the front porch has become about. And as people stop and tour the gardens and talk to me about how we do things, it's become more and more clear. I'm really surprised at, I guess, the amount of joy that other people get from my flowers too, whether it's delivering a bouquet or people walking through the gardens or telling me about how their grandma grew flowers or whatever. It's become such a great experience. I live here with my husband and our 4 kids, ranging in age from 18 months to 10 years old. And I guess this business also has been more about me not being unavailable to my children all the time, and doing something that they can be involved in as well. And they've come to markets with me and they all want to have their own businesses now, and that means so much to me. And they have their own gardens, and it's just the amount of health and beauty and just the lifestyle that I want my kids to grow up in is so much bigger with this business than being a wedding photographer. I'm very driven and passionate about what I do, and I don't let obstacles stand in my way or odds. So when I decided to make the best of what we had and start a city flower farm on a 1/4 of an acre, that seemed like kind of a crazy undertaking, but we've been doing it and have a regular supply. We're able to go to markets. I mean, we're doing weddings, which is awesome. So it's really been amazing at, I guess, what you can achieve with something that doesn't look like what everyone else has in the same line of work, and it's something that seems too small to do it in, which is another thing that I'm happy to show my children. If you have a dream, you can go for it. It doesn't matter if everyone says that you don't have what it takes, because you can do it, and just go for it. And but with that obviously comes a lot of struggles. So this year I needed more space, and we started growing next door with permission from the business owner next door. And I thought that was the answer to all of our problems, but it quickly proved to not be the case when my first full wave of plants that I had started in January and been growing for months got mowed down by their landscape guy. Of course he apologized and everyone felt terrible, but it didn't change the fact that I lost, a very large portion of my product. That really showed us that we need better growing options, more than just what we've got going on right here. So I approached the owner of the lot behind us, which that lot used to belong to our house, which was built in 1900. And it was purchased basically before we got a chance to buy it. We contacted our realtor and they already had a closing date, so we were too late. So I was noticing that he hadn't made any progress on his build back there and approached him to ask if he was ready to sell it, and he said yep, for $12,000. And we basically could empty our accounts and have $8,000. So I applied for loans, being that it was supposed to be a cash thing and he didn't want to lose any more money on it because he paid $12,000 for it. We want a personal loan, and that has proven to be a little bit difficult to get the full amount. So just kind of working our way through that, exploring every option, and that's why we're applying for the microgrant. The back lot is close to a half an acre and would allow us to grow at more of a normal capacity. It's cleared, it's flat, it's in a sunny location, and we want to fill it with flowers and maybe some chickens and some bees, since the city now allows that. It has a drive that goes back to it. We live on a corner, and there's a drive that goes back to it, so it's the perfect access for people to come in for workshops or to tour the gardens. And we really want to basically share this with our community and make it more accessible for everyone. And this lot would be the perfect way to do that. What's funny is I never ever planned on living in the city, and neither did my husband. We had this dream of living in the country, and everything just kept falling apart and failing when we tried to do that. And it's become very apparent that we are meant to be here in the city, and I feel like I finally see why. So we're trying to make the best of it and make as much of a difference here in the city of Jackson as we can.